Without question, the biggest revolution in the industry of hunting over the last 5 to 7 years are trail cameras. But trail cameras are evolving. They used to just take a picture, used to have film, so you have to go and get the film developed. Now, of course, they're all digital and it drops the images onto an SD card. But now cameras like the plotwatcher take multiple pictures. This camera will take a picture every 5 seconds and stitch it together as a movie. And you have a wide angle lens, so I can put it on a field, a food plot, and it's not triggered by anything. You actually set the time to turn on and turn off, or you can put it on daylight mode where when the sun comes up, it turns itself on. When the sun goes down, it turns itself off. It gives me a wide perspective of everything that's going on, so I can see deer movement. Deer come into the field, deer go out of the field. The difficulty is if you only use the plotwatcher, you can't inventory your deer because you don't get a crisp, high-resolution picture like you do with this Reconyx camera. Now, this camera requires it to be tripped, so deer comes down the trail here, gets his picture taken, I can inventory it. What I like about the Reconyx, my personal favorite, is the fact that it has a 3-shot burst mode, hyperfire. So I get 3 shots, so as the deer's walking and turning his head, I can determine, is this a shooter buck? What is the age class of this deer? I personally inventory every buck picture that I take on my farms. And I categorize them and I name them. I call it the split G2 buck. I call it the wide 10 buck. I might give them a cool name like Caesar or Hightower, something like that. And I watch these deer as they become 2 years old, 3 years old, 4 years old. I really don't want to kill a deer under 4.5 years old. And it's really difficult to tell. When you're sitting up in a tree, a deer startles you at 20 yards, you have to make a split-second decision, do I kill this deer? Well, if you're hunting one deer and you know the age class of that deer because you've been categorizing his growth for the last 3 or 4 years, you've got a history of that deer. And to me, it involves you in the sport on a year-round basis. So to inventory your deer, go with your standard trail camera. To set up a camera to hunt over, to set up a stand location on where you're going to set to kill them, go with a plotwatcher.